Okay, before we get into the video, my phone only gives me like 33 minutes of record time. I didn't get really a chance to finish, but however, I do believe you guys got the idea of yesterday's video of health. I did wake up not long ago, came out here today. I'm probably going to be taking a break. My legs are tight. I have so much tension and muscle build up that my legs just feel heavy because I walk a lot, so I got to give them a rest. For today's video, with this first half, it's going to be about, of course, as you can see by the title, life of a scammer. So I'm going to give some examples in this first half, and then in the second half of the video, you guys are about to get real, actual stories, because I used to be the person on the other side of the coin, helping and trapping people into scams, more or less of being the scammer. So with the first half, we're just going to get right on into it. Let's start over, and the two main countries from Nigeria to Jamaica. So Nigeria to Jamaica are very wealthy countries. U.S. currency is worth more over across seas. Now, why that is, I don't know. Some prime examples would be, okay, if you were to go to across seas, right, to one of those two countries for vacation, and you want to exchange your American currency for their type of currency, you could do that. And because the US dollar is so valuable, it could triple to double your money when it gets transferred and converted into that country's currency, right? If you go to one of the casinos and you win a certain amount of money, they're going to ask you, okay, well, here's 40 racks, right? You could get 30 racks from American currency if you want your American dollars, or you can get it in that 40 to 45 racks in their currency because you're American. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you have a lot of your scammers there that scam people here in the U.S. Now, a lot of those countries may not like us Americans, but we do a lot of business with them, so that's why the currency is going to be worth more. I remember I was watching a video, BattleBox on YouTube, and they done a video upon certain type of scammers over there. I do feel like the last two has nothing to do with scammers, but I'm going to focus on the first two. The first one is going to be your typical type of scammer, and it's going to be the same thing within Jamaica, right? It's going to be it's going to be the same thing as well. So you have your typical scammers that would make the Facebook account, your Instagram account, and a lot of them are going to focus upon the whole Western Union thing, but because of that got so overly used with scammers over there across seas, their Western Unions got shut down. So what are they going to use for backup? You guys are going to have PayPal. You guys are going to have Cash App. That Cash App and that PayPal a link in accounts that you send to each other. They can get a hold of it and they can take that, and so there goes all of your money plus those accounts. Like, then that's it. So then they disable those accounts, their accounts, and create new ones, right? Then you have gambling. Alright. Now, their definition of gambling over across seas is considered scamming, right? So to them, playing cards, shooting craps, right? If you guys don't know what shooting crap is, it means shoot dice. That's what it means. So you would seriously do you gotta do that? Whatever. So, you know, shooting craps or shooting dice. Winning money and gambling, right? To them, that's considered, I guess, scamming. As you guys know, over here in the U.S., gambling is, and pretty much in a lot of states, we can't do it. Yeah, we got like the lottery, but you know, I guess that could be considered a scam on its own because not everyone wins anything. You have your bigger states, I guess mainly Las Vegas, where you can gamble at. So there's that. You have another dark side to scamming. Actually, a dark side to scamming, where you just don't get trapped in, where you get your money took. No. Over across seas and here in America, it's very real. Not only do you get your money took, but you can get trapped in to being kidnapped, to where you can be sold on the black market to human trafficking, not as sex, but as organs. I kid you not. I forget what state it is here in the U.S., but I seen some kind of medical thing on TV one day. Now, I was hearing it, but I wasn't really paying attention to it, seeing it visually. But there is a state where a lot of people buy organs on the black market of the state because they cannot afford actual donations. Throughout that, currency money is involved. So either you're going to be the one becoming organs, or you're going to be the one getting paid trapping people in it. Now, they have that over there, not only just across seas, but here in the U.S., but also over there. For some reason, from what I've seen, they pay people to eat people like that, to trap them in. To me, that's not necessarily a scam. That's more of human trafficking on the black market of cannibalism. Even though you can, I don't know how many of you guys completed the George, will you get out from underneath the swing? Shit, you're getting your head bumped. Goddamn. I don't know how many of you guys played GTA 5 part where you play as Trevor on those extra side missions and you dump up people at that cannibal camp and they would give him money. But that's kind of how it is, right? But I wouldn't consider it being a scam. So there's that. But yeah, it's realistic where you can get trapped into that and being sold like that. And some parts that's considered being a scam, but I don't see how. Now, for the U.S. part of things, we have scammers, but the type of scam, now you have some that wanted to do the Nigerian way, which doesn't really work. Some get caught very heavily here in the U.S. doing that, and there's time, behind that. I don't know how much time, but there's definitely time behind doing that whole scenario of stuff. Another new way of scamming here in the U.S., you have a lot of these Twitter and Instagram accounts with women, pretty much men at the most, behind it, disguising themselves as women, selling, advertising, okay, if you follow this, like this, comment this, pay this much amount of money, I'll send you news. A lot of them do not, because it's pretty much the new scam here is news. Some are real, but it's still a scam because they don't send you anything and they block you once they get your money. Yeah. Now, it is time to give into this second half of the video of my experience of being a scammer, but helping people get trapped into it. So, one part of an experience of mine of being a scammer is when my parents decided to use me for SSI. And especially my mother, she would have me lie constantly to the Human Services office, just so they can get so much money every month out of my check. Now, throughout those, on the repercussion side of that, not to go into so much detail, there were some things actually developing wrong with me health-wise that I actually ended up in the hospital so many times to where I had to make ER visits just to get a medication I needed. And throughout a lot of appointments that were being canceled, yeah, they got questioned. But if you guys want to know more about that, just check out the video Trust and Money in-depth interview here on this channel. I'm not gonna link it because I always forget to link a video every time I say that I'm going to. So it's best to just look for the video up on my channel. Okay? So, you know, again, my parents were using me to help scam out so much money out of the Human Services office, to the point where I was receiving about $2,000 a month, believe it or not. So there's that. The next part of me of helping to be a scammer is I had a friend, right? Now this is where being friends with a scammer has its benefits, but it depends on who you are, right? Well, there was this guy on Instagram that followed me. I followed him. We were pretty cool, you know. He didn't mess with me, I didn't mess with him. He didn't cross me, I didn't cross him. We both came from the streets. And so we have a moral, we have a code, right? He would scam people with that MCAA thing or whatever. And his money that he would pretty much use a lot is towards guns and drugs. Now, once in a while, he would buy himself a couple of nice things and take trips. Usually, most of the time, he's going to buy guns and drugs with it. And sometimes, you know, he would have me kind of promote what he was doing to trap people in, and I would see a bit of a cut from that, and he would send money to me, of course, via Western Union, right? Now me, I was good for like $500. Like $500, I'm good with that to $1,000. Like, if somebody here in the U.S. $500 to $1,000, it seems like a lot of money to somebody here in the U.S. So I was happy with that, and it was my money to do with as I please. Now, the reason why he messed with me so heavily is because he actually, at the time, you know, I was in the early stages of doing music, so I would be putting out a lot of freestyles, and he would mess with my freestyles very heavily, to where he would like, you should check out my guy right here, right? So that's how some of my majority of music, of freestyles from Jamaica to California to New York, as an example. Eventually, because of that, especially on the SoundCloud and the old YouTube, how it used to be, where it used to be fair and fun, especially on my older YouTube channel, that's how I got a lot of people, a lot of followers, a lot of plays, you know, because of him. Eventually, he would go to get busted. Wasn't with the scamming. He actually got busted for having illegal firearms and drug possessions on him in a vehicle. And then they found out, okay, you have this much amount of money, what are you doing? Then they found out he was a scammer. So then that's another charge added on to what he had. I don't know if he's still in or out. I would imagine he's still in because, you know, them gun charges and eventually getting caught as a scammer, those are going to be quite a few charges. I think some new girl group that came out, one of their members are going to be doing some time. I think 10, 20 years or something like that for scamming here in the U.S. Hell, I don't know. So that's one part. Another part of helping with the scammer, there was this chick, and some of these females are going to be bummers. For the overcosties part, they're actually going to put money towards something, try to invest in something, to live an actual lavish lifestyle, and actually care about themselves, even though they're taking people's money. The U.S. version of that is very, very rarely. A good majority of the time, you're going to have the bum females that are going to want to look cute, but they're going to live in a shitty place. Their place is going to be like crap. They're only going to want to have fast food and go to the gym. That's it. And then their nice clothes that they buy, they don't even fucking wear them, so they get rid of them. A good majority of the time, you're going to have a straight-ass fucking female that's actually going to care about herself and want to put the money towards something. So there would be this chick that used to work at a Western Union helping people to get paid. You know, scammers are going to help other scammers, right? Especially if you're helping somebody to help you scam, you're going to get paid. And she would also receive so much money from doing that, especially from her job. She would like to move up to certain ranks, right? And she was decent and everything, nice, you know. Me and her were, as you guys get what I'm saying, we were fucking. With me helping her with, you know, people going to Western Union to send, even through via PayPal and Cash App, and then her helping out her friends to collect their pay through Western Union, plus her cut as well, I'd be like, just give me like 500. Like that was it. She'd keep the rest. Just give me 500, be cool. Since we were dating and together, that's how it went. You know, like, I was cool. Now, eventually, we were going to get married, but why did I actually ended up leaving. Why did I leave? I got bored with her, believe it or not. I know, I get it. I get it. I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. What do you mean by bored with her? How much money were you receiving total? $1,000 once every 2 weeks to around almost your regular 500 to 1,000 every couple of months, right? Again, somebody who came up in my position, you know, like, that means something to you, but I left because I got bored with her. And I'm glad I left, because eventually she would end up getting caught. I do believe she would have trapped me in, because there would be unprotected sex. So, yeah. As you guys know, kids come along. And those examples right there is just primary examples of how I was helping scammers because of my character, right? And let me tell you something. The main type of people that we target the most in the world of scammers are people that are very vulnerable, who really need money, right? And they're gonna go out their way to. get whatever they can. Or we're gonna target people who have who ain't all there, right? Who need help, like as in like actual slow mental retarded people, right? Who get from SSI, and we would take advantage of them. Right? We're gonna take your money. Sometimes to the point where whoever they're living with, we could get their overseers or their grandmother's credit card information. Those right there are the type that are easily targeted. Most type who get taken advantage of the most, and I seen throughout being a scammer that it was the most boring fucking shit ever. You know, and I would leave. So that's how it is of being a scammer. Me, I had other ways of opportunity. You know, I would make money, but it is something that I did for very short amount of time, believe it or not. Like the first time of helping somebody, not with my parents, because again, what they were doing to me was like very wrong, but it would be the actual first time with my friend. That only went on for like about a year. And then you had several years after that to where I just wasn't doing it. I don't know. I say several years because I don't really know how long. And then I would meet this chick, and that only went on for like 3 months. That's how long I did that with her for. So, not that long, and it ain't the best thing because you're not going to get paid all the time. A good majority, you're going to have apps to where you can make fake phone numbers and you're going to call these people. You're going to want to have backup plans. As in backup plans, like somebody's like, well, I want to talk to a manager, so you're going to have some office sounds of some sort, and you're going to have somebody who's going to have that manager voice to talk. And that's an easy way to get more people to say, oh, okay, I didn't believe this, that, and the third. I'm going to go send. And that's how, again, another way of trapping somebody in to take their money. So, yeah, with this video, you know, a life of a scammer. That's just how it would win. Other than that, that's about it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed.